Lark. You know, if you want, I could heal you as well. I glance up from my meal, looking at my Claretta with confusion. What is she talking about all of a sudden? I can heal myself, I point out, leaning back over to take another bite. Well, what if you're stuck without food? Or you get hurt extra badly? I lift my shoulders up and down to indicate I'm indifferent to the idea while I swallow. Then you can heal me. That's fine. No, I can't, Lark, my Claretta says. I'll have to teach you to lower your magic resistance first. I take another large bite, more than a little confused about what all that meant. I am not eating my Claretta, though I should soon. Her limbs have almost grown back to elbows and knees. But first, I have to finish figuring out how my body functions. I'm not stupid. I've noticed I tend to pick up traits from creatures I eat a lot of. I can't control which traits I pick up, though, or at least I don't seem to be able to control it. I can, however, control my diet. Moving to another part of the forest was risky, but I've managed to set up another home for myself and my Claretta. Many other things surround us, and they are much larger and more aggressive than the nest weavers which had made up so much of my diet before they were replaced by the fulvia. Now, without the fulvia to be my meal, I'm back to inferior creatures. Out of them all, I've decided to hunt what my Claretta calls catzels. Slightly larger than I am, these four-legged furry creatures are sleek pack hunters with exceptional hearing and speed, the latter of which is of particular interest. Chowing on them for days has improved my mobility significantly, as well as given me claws on the ends of my fingers and toes, which are a welcome compromise between human hands and the bladed nestweaver forelimbs I previously possessed. Much less useful is how my ears have slowly moved to the top of my head, getting all triangular and fuzzy. Cattle fur is brownish, blending in with the dirt and trees of the area, but as usual even the parts of my body copied from other living things end up in inky, all-consuming black. It's convenient at night, I suppose, but the vast majority of the time is day. Either way, catzels are phenomenally fast, and they have the agility needed to make sharp turns at those speeds. At first I could not catch them in my webs, as they can somehow detect and avoid them at the last second. There is a limit to how sharply they can turn, however. And since discovering that, I have been collecting them by the dozens. The more I eat, the faster I manifest their attributes. What is magic resistance? I ask once my current meal struggles its last. It's, how well you resist magic, my Claretta answers rather uselessly. Yours is too high, and I can't get through it. You said those things already, I complain. What is resisting magic? It makes spells cast on you not work, Lark. I scowl. Mine can't be that good then. I got burned by that fire guy. You said that was magic, right? Yes, but it wasn't magic cast on you, my Claretta clarifies. When a thermomancer throws flames at you, they cast their magic on an area nearby to produce the flames. By the time it reaches you, it's not magic anymore. Just heat. Your magic resistance would only apply if they tried to cook you from the inside. So you can't cast on me because all your magic is on my insides? Fulvia tried to get you to stop, though. You healed her anyway. Well, something you did to her weakened her magic resistance. Wait, you understood us back then? No, I grumble. I remember what you said, though, so I understand it now. Anyway, I do not need healing. I want your... I don't know the word for it, so I pantomime aiming and firing the ranged weapon that my Claretta and the netter used. The one that the netter pierced death with. My Claretta doesn't answer for a while, which is fine by me since I have time to finish off my catzel and move to the next one. I can't show you how to make or fire a bow without arms, Lark, my Claretta eventually says. I scowl at her, thinking on that. I haven't really been eating her lately anyway. She has become more like a flower than a catzel. Rings of flowers are planted all around her, in fact, carried here by me whenever I find one I like. A different sort of pleasure than food, one that doesn't sharply vanish the moment after it arrives. Something my Claretta and I made together. I'd like to make a bow with her as well. Okay, I say. I'll stop eating you. You can regrow your arms. Legs too, if you want. There's a moment of silence before I notice my Claretta let out a shaky, slow breath. I glance her way between bites, noticing that eye water coming out of her face again. Curiously, I finish off my meal before plodding over to her, curling up on her chest as I so often do. Claretta? I ask. What are you doing? Thank you, Lark, she blubbers. Thank you. What does that mean? I ask. I've never heard that word before. She chuckles a little, though it comes out as a series of chokes. More eye water stuff. It makes me worried for some reason. Is it stopping her from breathing right? I hope she'll be okay. When you thank someone, Lark, you show them appreciation. You thank someone when they do something nice for you. Oh, okay, I murmur. So why are you leaking water out of your face? You've done that a few times. That either means I'm sad, or it means I'm happy. Aren't those opposites? That's kind of confusing, isn't it? Ugh, humans. You're not going to die, though? Another strained chuckle. No, Lark. I think I'll actually be okay. Well, that's good. I settle into a comfortable torpor, enjoying the rise and fall of my bed as my Claretta's breathing starts to stabilize once again. She'll be okay. She'll grow her limbs back and teach me more things. Maybe we'll hunt together, maybe I'll let her cook the bodies like she keeps asking about. Yeah. That could be fun. She's more than a meal. More than a flower, even. I can't replace her. There is only one. It would be nice if she could come with me when I'm hunting away from home. I'm sure she'd like that too. Time passes as we rest until eventually one of my long-distance webs shakes and goes slack, signaling that something broke it. I grumble softly, quite comfortable on top of my Claretta's sleeping form. If I leave now she'll probably wake up before I get back, and I'll miss the start of her songs. Still, I have to make sure nothing dangerous is headed our way. Regretfully, I rise, rubbing my eyes as I plod on over to follow the thread. It isn't long before I hear the voices, and terror fills me. Where's it at now? Still heading this? No, it just stopped. I think it heard you. Humans. Oh, no. Are they here to take my Claretta like they took the Fulvia? Will they be prey, or will they be death? It stopped? Another voice asks. If it heard us it wouldn't stop. Unless it's our target. Or something like it. Target. I don't know that word, but it has a dangerous feel to it. Should I just run? Turn around, grab my Claretta, get out of here? No. I just built my new territory. I don't want to leave again. I want to capture the humans. They're so delicious, and so interesting. They're like nest weavers or catzels in that they all look the same and work together, but they're also like my kind in that each one of them is a vastly different threat. Maybe these would be dangerous, but I can tell by their voices they aren't the death-slaying humans. My lips curl upwards. I hope I can eat them. I resume my slow trek forward, layering more and more traps around the area as I approach, because why not? Even if they can break the webs, by forcing them to break a web I stack the fight that tiny bit more in my favor, buying myself that tiny bit of extra time. It all matters, when death is on the line. Should I try talking to them again? I guess it was fun the first time, and they already know I'm here. So why not? What's a target? I ask a few traps later. I'm close enough to track them by sound now, so it seems safe enough. They stop moving. By their footsteps I count 5 of them. No, 6? If there's 6, the 6th is more than a little difficult to hear. Are you Lark? A voice hisses, calm and sure. Yeah. I confirm, surprised. How did you know that? I haven't told you my name. Watch his eyes. It sounds like one of your sisters, Vita. Don't fucking say that. What I assume is the Vita answers. Answer my question, please, I insist. My Claretta says people like it when you say please after demanding something. Well, those weren't her exact words, but that's what I got from it. The last people to come here told us your name, the hissy voice says. Oh, wow. Why didn't I think of that? These humans must come from the same place. They can talk to each other. So, have you all seen Fulvia? I ask, starting to slowly circle around them as I build more and more webs. They stole her, you know. She's mine. Fulvia is not yours, the hissing voice responds. You ate her. You tortured her. You nearly killed her. None of those things mean she's not mine, I growl. None of those things mean she is yours either, the hiss counters. How about you come out here where we can see you, and we'll have a chat? I got attacked the last time I did that, I point out. Do any of you have fire? I hate fire. The hissy one lets out a wheezing chuckle. I hate fire too, actually. No, none of us have fire. Oh, awesome, an actually sane human. Plus, if they can't burn through my webs, they're going to be way easier to capture and eat. What do you want to talk about? I ask, continuing to build my traps. She's circling around, the Vita reports. Probably making more webs. Also, I want to amend my threat assessment higher. Understood, Vita. Lark, I want to talk about you. Your species. What you're doing here. Would you like to talk about any of that? Sure, I guess, I answer, unconcerned. It sounds kind of fun, actually. I like talking. I usually only get to talk with Claretta. She's alive? A new voice asks, deeper than the others by quite a margin. Of course she is, I snap. I won't let her die. Finishing my circle, I approach through the brush and poke my head out, spotting the humans in a decently sized clearing, or at least what passes for a clearing with the tree canopy choking out light from above. Most of them spot me immediately but none of them attack, so I step the rest of the way out of the brush, standing up straight. The humans are all quite interesting. There's a soft-looking one, there's a huge one covered in chitin that I know isn't part of its actual body, another tall one with a huge sharp thing who smells extra tasty, one hiding up in a tree with a bow that's difficult to hear or smell, a shorter one with a funny thing around its neck, and finally the shortest one of all. That one smells very strange, like the other humans in some ways, but in others, it isn't like them at all. Whenever I look at it, my eyes keep flicking to its sides, trying to catch movement that I sense but do not see. A mix of expressions are visible on their faces, but the only one I really recognize or comprehend is from the strange short one, fear and fury, fight or flight. It's a state I know quite well, both in myself and my prey. Shit, the armored one whispers. I didn't expect the limiter to be cute. Cute? I ask. I don't know that word either. Interesting morphology, the soft one mutters to itself. I wonder how much of it was beforehand and how much is a result of diet. And the skeletal structure. Keep your comments to yourselves, snaps Neck Frills, who is apparently also the hissy one. Lark, do you know why you and your kind are here? I don't understand the question, I answer. I've been here since I hatched, which is forever. Do you have any goals? Objectives? To live with Claretta and eat good food, I respond. Like you guys. Like us? You plan to eat us? The hissy one presses. I give it a flat look. Of course. Do you guys not eat each other? Haven't you figured out how delicious you are yet? You can't eat someone just because they taste good, the shortest one growls. Apparently that one is the Vita, by the voice. It's also demonstrably wrong, so I ignore it. Lark, the hissy one presses, once again ignoring my question. Are there any others of your kind that are intelligent? Any others that speak? I don't know, I respond with a shrug. Maybe, but none that I've seen. They're all stupid, they just run at whatever's closest and don't even taste very good. It lets out a raspy sigh in response, glancing back at the other humans for a moment before speaking again. Okay. Executive decision time. Lark, I want you to come with us. We'll ask you more questions and poke at you a bit, but you'll be safe, and we'll give you plenty of food. No, the Vita protests immediately. Bad idea, Song. Really, Vita? The Song asks. This from the girl who tried to negotiate with brain parasites? Vita did what now? How much of the food will be humans? I ask. None of it, the Song hisses. You won't be allowed to eat any more humans. Well, in that case, no, I answer frankly. You're my favorite. The alternative is death, the Song insists. Come with us, or get killed by us here. I take a deep breath, tensing my muscles. They don't smell that tough. Song, the squishy one murmurs. I'm a no-go on offense. Then support, Penelope. Come on, Lark. We can help each other. Or, I retort, lips curling back to reveal black, curved teeth, I can help myself. I pick my first target and lunge. The humans spring into action, weapons swinging my way all at once. I haven't been sitting around and waiting for food to fall into my traps, though. I've been proactively consuming each and every good meal I come across, amassing as much strength as I can as fast as I can. 6 humans against me at once? What do I care? I'm stronger, I'm smarter, and lately I've become much, much faster. My teeth sink into flesh, and the battle begins. I've never felt souls that fill me with such abject dread as the creatures from Vigor Rock. I've felt souls that I know are dangerous plenty of times. Large souls, painful souls, deadly souls, ugly souls. I've looked at the core of a person and felt disgust, revulsion, or outright hate. But not dread. Not fear. Yet at the core of whatever I am, some instinct knows I should fear these monsters. Their souls are like a void. Many of them are just a void, a blackness so dense and so hungry that there is nothing else to their being at all. The void consumes, the void grows. Nothing but mindless automatons of hunger, with a core so dense and so dark that I'm terrified even looking too deeply into it could get me sucked inside, never to return. The monster known as Lark is also a void, horrible and starving. Yet orbiting around the inexorable pull of that perfectly dark sphere are other shards, bits of souls deformed and broken that act like a rotating shield between the creature's mind and its all-consuming hunger. Like leaves caught up in a whirlwind, they spin around and around, moving too fast for gravity to take them and pull them in. I recognize some of the bits and pieces from the parts Fulvia's soul is missing, jagged fragments of personhood misshapen and distorted by their transfer from human to monster. Now part of the beast's soul, I feel them slowly growing on their own, though into what I have no way of knowing and no desire to find out. This thing was born, what, a couple months ago. Yet it's already powerful enough to put me on edge. I bet Penta would have been all for Song's little offer. It's a monster that's a person, same as us. I get the idea behind it, too. If we can capture Lark alive, we can learn how these Vigor Rock monsters tick and how best to kill them. Skyhope needs that advantage if these things aren't going to slow down their growth. Penta's not here though, and I want this soul mutilated dead. Every part of my being screams to kill it or run. I'm going to kill it. The tiny freak dodges 4 different weapon swings before tearing into Bentley's hamstring, pulling out a small fragment of soul alongside the flesh and swallowing them together. In the same motion webs shoot out from its fingers, latching between us and restricting our limbs. Orville of all people nails a bowshot in one of the monster's arms as Song draws a liquid-coated knife and cuts the rest of us free, webs hissing with every stroke of their blade. Fucking focus. Song snaps at us, tossing a dart with their free hand to force the monster back. Damn it, they're not wrong. I swallow my revulsion, shifting to position myself behind Nora to help her cover Penelope while she heals Bentley. We're already on the back foot after letting this thing draw first blood. We need to take the momentum. Thankfully, we luck out and the monster makes a dive towards Nora, trying to bite right through the armor around her knee. A loud clang rings out as its horrible maw collides with her talent, the monster recoiling in pain and surprise as the teeth fail to penetrate. Nora and I each jab from a different side while I also reach a couple tentacles out to grab its horrifying soul. It twists its head with startling speed, teeth snapping around my tentacle and biting it off. I scream, pain flaring through my soul. Vita. Penelope fumes. Don't you dare get hurt yet, I'm not done with Bentley. I'm fine. I snarl back, watching as the monster tries to swallow part of my being. Without flesh or a soul core to stabilize it, however, the tendril tip just phases through the beast's mouth, quickly disintegrating into nothing. How did it even bite me in the first place? Lark is already jumping back, dodging another arrow from Orville while pulling the first out of its shoulder. Black blood splatters out of the wound, and as it twists to fire webs again, Song catches it in the rib with a dart. The horrible little thing snarls in pain, immediately twisting and fleeing into the brush, out of sight. It's way faster than all of us, except possibly for Song, but they decline to chase it down alone. It's in full retreat, I report between clenched teeth. What the fuck was that? Song snaps, turning on us. I thought you were a team of hunters, but you got caught like kids with your pants down. What happened to teamwork? Where was your formation? Your strategy? Bentley, you didn't even fucking swing at it. But she's a little girl. Bentley protests, still on one knee as Penelope finishes healing his leg. We hunt monsters, right? That was a person. We talked to her. Yes, Bentley, Song sighs. You're right. We hunt monsters, and that was a person. But it's a monster, too. You can be both, and eating other people alive is a damn sure way of accomplishing it. If you think you're never going to have to cut something that walks on two legs and can say hello, then quit. The rest of you. Penelope, why the fuck did we not have support spells on us before that thing ever moved? You had more than enough time to get your ass casting. I was trying to kill it, Penelope growls. It seems to be resistant to just about every disease I can conceive, however. Well then you give up 10 minutes ago and you start casting goddamn support magic because that is your job. We're not here so you can get off on your power trip fetish. Nora, you are too fucking slow. Good block on its second pass, but you need to be blocking everything. We're only fighting one target, you have no excuse. Vita, don't scream like a little girl in combat, it's a waste of breath and you'll distract your allies. I shouldn't even have to tell you that. Orville. They glance up at our archer. Good shot. Orville nods back, stoic on the outside but with pride and smugness radiating out of his soul. Are you done throwing out insults in the middle of the mission? Penelope snaps. No, Song hisses. But experience tells me it's better to not give idiots more than one thing to try and learn at a time. Vita, did my poison finish it off? I shake my head, swallowing anger and shame. Song is making me feel like the girl that just walked into the guild hall again. It's easy to see why they and Remus are friends. Doesn't feel like it. I think it was hurting for a while there, but it stopped for a moment to eat something and now it's fine. Shit, Song curses. The report said fast healing, but that's real fucking fast if it shrugged off a poison like that. Do you think the healing is tied to eating? Definitely is, I confirm. I'm sure of it. Okay then, Song nods. That's bad. So what's our plan? Don't you already have one, oh great and wise leader? Penelope mocks. Yes, I do. But if you want to live to be half my age you need to start thinking all by yourself. Quit relying on your talents and rely on your head. The forest isn't going to keep rolling over and letting you kill it. We're not trainees, Song, Penelope seethes, standing up after finishing with Bentley's leg. We're not verbal punching bags for you to stroke your ego on. Vito and I have saved your life and you haven't done the reverse. Do not act like you've earned the right to insult us. The short, venomous hunter shakes their head. I don't need your permission, Third Lady. I will do anything I have to in order to keep you and your team alive. If that includes hurting your feelings, then too fucking bad. Now plan. We all do as they say, shutting up to think for a moment. Bentley is actually the first person to speak up. I think we should just find that person we're supposed to save and get out of here. She's our primary objective anyway, right? No, I protest immediately. We can't let that thing live or it'll be even harder to deal with the next time. It grows way too fast. Pot calling the kettle black, Orville murmurs. I shoot him a glare and he shrugs. Bentley may actually have a point, even if it's entirely unintentional on his part, Penelope comments. I agree we need to kill or capture that little creature, but we should secure Claretta first. The prior team noted that the monster grabbed her and ran once it thought it could no longer win, and that's our worst case scenario. With Claretta secured, it's either forced to fight us or flee without her, both of which are preferable to what happened last time. Do we know where Claretta is? Song asks. I'm not sensing anybody right now, but I'd bet she's that way, I say, pointing. There are a ton of captured monsters around that are alive but stuck in webs. They're thickest in a sort of semicircle shape, which I'm going to guess extends into a full circle outside my range. The closer to the center of the circle, the more the captured monsters thin out. I say we start by checking the middle. Plus, if we kill everything between here and there, the little horror won't have as much to heal off of. I think that's a good plan, Orville agrees, but we need to just admit we have no reliable way to put that thing down for good. We should aim for the head and kill it before it can heal if we can, but if it decides to run away, can any of us stop it? Not safely, Song concurs, nodding. But it needs to die, I insist. Then aim to skewer it through the skull and don't miss, Orville answers, shrugging. First priority is rescue, though, right? I say we grab our captured hunter and flee through the area we clear on the way there. If that lark thing moves to stop us, we kill it or fight it off. If it doesn't, whatever. We're just not equipped to go out of our way to chase after it, especially not on its own turf. I grit my teeth, wishing he wasn't so right. He is, though. My soul aches, wounded in a way nothing else I've ever encountered has managed. My tendrils extrude from my core, but thankfully aren't part of the core itself. I don't think I keep any vital parts of the soul in them. They're still me, though, and losing a part of myself has me both furious and terrified. The damn thing didn't even have the decency to swallow it. My tendril tip just dissolved into dusty soul stuff that I couldn't pick back up. Slowly but surely the injured tentacle heals, drawing power from my body and core to replenish itself. I don't want to get anywhere near that thing's mouth again, though, and I'd be an idiot to try and grab at its soul another time. I'm back to being a subpar spearwoman for my team, even if one that's significantly stronger and faster than the last time I was limited in this way. I wish I could just sick an army of revenants on the damn thing, although I wonder how its bite would affect them. We move out, systematically killing, and thereby letting me eat, every monster from here to the center of Lark's territory. The little fucker doesn't seem to like it, making prodding attacks at us but never fully committing. What little non-soul damage it does is healed up by Penelope, and while the soul damage will stack up eventually, the little monster only breaks off tiny bits of core with each bite. My team should be okay for a while. Unfortunately, we have just as much trouble. What little damage we do it heals by running well outside our range and snacking on one of the meals we simply don't have the time or stamina to get to first. The damn thing is just built for speed, and even Song struggles to get a killing blow without their poisons working fast enough. It's looking like a solid stalemate, though that means we should be able to at least rescue Claretta and get out of here. It's not enough, though. I do not like having an intelligent, soul-damaging monster running around. That just sounds like exactly the sort of thing that will bite me in the ass down the line. Perhaps literally. Our progress is slow, with endless webs, rock traps, log traps, pit traps, and countless other annoyances in our way that are certainly dangerous but not difficult to spot when we're looking for them. This Lark is clearly used to fighting animals, not people, as smart as it is. Or she is, as the case may be. My senses don't get an impression one way or the other about it, which is something I've started to notice I do pick up on sometimes. Not always, though. I'm not sure why. Still, with the horrible little gremlin running around naked everywhere, the biology of the matter is clearly on display. A hungry little girl, huh? I definitely sympathize if it wasn't trying to kill me, or if it didn't have an uncomfortably high chance of succeeding. Eventually, however, I feel our goal on my senses and things quickly start to get more exciting. Primary target in range, I announce quietly. Lark seems to have scary good hearing, and we don't want it to know any more than it has to. The team nods in acknowledgement, tensing up. They're still a long way away, and the closer we get to this thing's home the more likely it is to get aggressive. We walk in a tight clump, Nora standing between the direction I point and the rest of us at all times. I keep my finger pointed at Lark, of course, a constant real-time update of the monster's position that also happens to make my hand and the rotating set of tentacles supporting it really damn tired. The pain pays off, though. It takes a risky rush at Orville to try and remove a limb so Penelope can't quickly heal it, and pays for the attempt. Song shoves a knife clear through the little bastard's throat, and it runs off absolutely gushing blood. That one's coated in an anticoagulant, Song hisses. Should fuck with its crazy healing rate, and I'm pretty sure I nailed a goddamn artery. If that doesn't finish it off, it's decapitation or nothing. Still moving, I report, just ate something. Now it's running to eat something else. I dunno, I think it's going to live. It looks like it's clearing out a bunch of its food at once, at least. Watch a fucking damn it. Song seethes. Does it not need blood or something? She certainly has a lot of it, if not, Penelope comments wryly. All of the Hive rock egg monsters are this durable, Orville realizes. We just don't notice because they fight to the death when injured instead of running off to heal up. But what if there are other intelligent ones? Or what if any of the ones that eat humans and survive end up intelligent? Shit, man, that sounds like a High Templar problem, Nora groans. Let's just get this done and live happily ever after, please. You picked the wrong fucking job for that, little lady, Song hisses. Little lady? You barely kiss my belly button, you old fart. Can we focus? I snap. Normally I'm fine with banter, but we could seriously die this time. My team shuts up and I continue leading them towards the human on my radar, not being attacked by the monster even a single time the rest of the way. I feel it off at the periphery of my senses, devouring endless hordes of trapped monsters. At least Song seems to have hurt it pretty badly. Finally, we break through some bushes and spot our target. A young woman, probably somewhere in her 20s. She's blonde, freckled, and was probably at some point fairly tall back when she had all her limbs. The poor woman is webbed to the ground by a lake that makes up a majority of the clearing, flowers planted in colorful rows around where she rests. "Are you Claretta?" Song asks, stepping forward. "We're here to save." "Stop." The woman wheezes out. "Webb's here. Can't see." "We've got 15 seconds until," I start to report, quickly cutting myself off. My attention is stolen by the monster suddenly accelerating way beyond the speed it had shown previously. "Scratch that, contact!" I bark, everyone peeling their eyes away from Claretta, barely in time to see a lark blitz out of the brush, aiming right for Bentley's throat. Nora is there in a flash, putting her shield up only for Lark to grab the air and fly right past her and towards our healer.